Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's reading, we're going to be finding out where you will be in 1 year from now. We're going to be looking at things like emotional and spiritual growth, any significant relationships that are coming in, career advancements, and the pursuit of your goals. And this is a timeless reading, so that means 1 year from now is 1 year from whatever day you happen to stumble upon this video, not a year from the day I'm uploading it. So there's going to be 5 readings for you guys to choose from today. So I'm going to show you the crystals and then pick whichever one you are the most drawn to. If you're really drawn to more than one and you can't pick, you can watch both of them or all of them. But for this reading, I would recommend trying to pick just one if you can. So for number 1, we have Carnelian. Number 2 is Green Aventurine. Number 3 is Orange Calcite. Number 4 is Sodalite. And number 5 is Black Moonstone. So as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s. So if you chose the Carnelian, this is going to be your reading. So just in case you skipped the intro and you were wondering, this is a timeless reading. So that means whenever you happen to find this video, this will be for a year from then and not a year from when I filmed it. Okay, so let's get right into it and see where you will be 1 year from now. So for your first cards, we have Master in reverse and Heal. Okay, so let me look at this Master in reverse first. Okay, so if you guys chose this pile, perhaps you have some sort of goal, whether that be, to reach a certain career goal. Maybe you want to start a new job, start your own business. Maybe you want to start some endeavor on social media, start a creative endeavor, or you want to, as it literally says on this card, like master something. So perhaps you have this goal in mind, like, I just started learning this language and a year from now I'd like to be fluent, something like that. And this card is letting you know that maybe you're not going to be quite where you're expecting you're going to be or quite where you're hoping you're going to be in a year, because as you start to learn this thing and as you start to work towards it, you're going to realize like how much work is actually involved in it and how much time it takes to, get things rolling and get used to it. I feel like right now you guys may be just underestimating a little bit like how much work it's going to take. But don't let that worry you or anything, because I think it's going to be work that you really, really enjoy to do. You really enjoy learning every little thing there is to learn. And this card is kind of telling you, don't focus so much on like the destination, like reaching the goal, becoming a master, becoming fluent, becoming successful, whatever it is for you, and just enjoy every little step one day at a time. And then we have the Heal card as well. So this one is pretty self-explanatory. I think that in a year from now, you are going to have done a lot of healing compared to now. I think that if you guys are feeling any pain right now from, you've been hurt in the past, or some insecurities that you're having a hard time working through or letting go of, I'm seeing that the things that are bothering you now, the things that are making you sad now, are not going to make you sad a year from now. For a lot of you, things that right now you perceive as flaws within yourself, you're not going to see them as flaws a year from now. And in fact, you may actually find those parts of you beautiful and embrace them. So I see a lot more peace of mind for you in a year from now. And I see you in a mindset of embracing the journey instead of just like rushing to the destination. I think you guys are very ambitious, especially with this Carnelian that you chose. This is like a natural leader. It has a lot of passion in it. So I do see you guys as being very ambitious and very driven, but maybe sometimes you're just so focused on like reaching the next goal, that you forget to like slow down and enjoy, enjoy the scenery, enjoy all of the little all of the little moments, you know? Yeah, so I think you'll just be a lot more calm, a lot more centered, and a lot more like unwound. I'm thinking of, you know, unwinding. Okay. So for your next cards, we have a dark card and a light card. So we're going to see what is the dark energy that you're leaving behind in the next year and what is the light energy that you're letting in. So we have ego for your dark energy, and it says, I am conscious of who I truly am. And then we have peace for your light card. I find and share my inner peace at all times. So interestingly, both of these cards have 10s on them. We have the 10 here, and if you add up the 37, it becomes a 10. So there's a feeling of completing a cycle. Maybe you guys are completing a karmic cycle, or you're just completing a chapter of your life. It feels like you're completing a chapter that was a little bit dark, a little bit heavy. I think you were putting a lot of pressure on yourself. And if I put the meaning of these two cards together, some of you guys could have even been like putting pressure on yourself to heal like faster than you could. I know like in the spiritual community, we talk a lot about you need to do your healing work, you need to do your inner work. You know, I talk about it quite a bit myself. And I have found, maybe this is just me, but sometimes I have found even that I am hard on myself when I find that, oh, I still have healing to do, or it's taking longer than I expected to overcome this insecurity. It's taking longer than I expected to overcome this, you know, shitty thing that happened in my past. And I start to like get upset with myself for not healing. And it's like, you know, why don't I have more compassion for myself? I don't know if you guys deal with that too, but this Master in Reverse and this Heal card could also go together, where maybe you're getting a little bit impatient with your healing journey. So I see you guys in a year from now just being a lot more gentle with yourself, a lot more kind to yourself, finding your inner peace like this card says. And through doing that, through finding who you truly are and finding your inner peace, you're going to inspire the people around you to do the same. For some of you, that's going to be on smaller scales, you know, just like, you know, your friends and family see the difference and then they're inspired to find their inner peace too. For some of you, I'm feeling it is going to be on a larger platform. Like some of you guys are going to have, a platform to spread that message, you know, of being kind to yourself, of doing that self-discovery. Okay, so next I want to look at tarot cards. So I have 4. This is a new deck from my friend. We have the Magician. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse. And we have the 9 of Wands. Okay. Yeah, you guys are going to be going places in a year from now. I think you will be in the beginning stages of finally starting to manifest the life that you want. You know, we have these 10s, you know, you're clearing away this more negative energy, this more negative way of thinking. And then we have this 1. This is like the new beginning. In a year from now, it's going to be one of those times where you look back to now when you're watching this and like, wow, I've come so far in a year. And I know in the beginning I was saying like, you're not going to reach as far as you're thinking you are now, but you're going to feel even more accomplished and even more fulfilled than you were expecting. And I think the reason for that is, you know, precisely because there's a lot more work involved in this goal. There's a lot more work involved in this project than you realize right now. So, you know, even if a year from now you're like, I don't know, half of the way there or 3/4 of the way there, there's so much knowledge that you accumulated, so much learning you did, so many little goals you achieved in that 75%. Way more than you thought was in the whole 100%. Does that make sense? So even though you didn't reach the destination yet, you're going to feel a lot more accomplished and a lot more proud of yourself than you may realize right now. Because you'll have that sense of, I did so much to get here. yeah, I think you're going to feel really accomplished, really, really proud of yourself a year from now. In terms of love, some of you guys, you may be in like the beginning stages of a new and exciting relationship a year from now. I feel like you may even have several people interested in you. I don't really see you in anything serious. Unless you already are in a serious relationship, then just ignore me. But yeah, with this Queen of Wands, I see you being very, very attractive to people, and that you'll have several people interested in you. So you'll have, you'll get to pick. And if you have a specific person in mind already that you like, they're going to be interested in you too. So it would be them plus some other options. But yeah, you're definitely going to be getting the recognition that you're hoping for. People are definitely going to see you. I feel like a lot of you are going to have a bigger platform. Even if that's not referring to social media, maybe you'll just be more well known in your field, or people are going to be giving you more recognition. More people are going to be seeing your beauty, and more people are going to be seeing your inner peace. And because you were able to, get rid of that fear-based thinking, you're going to let your true self shine out even more. And a year from now, you're going to be realizing how beautiful your true self is. Of course, coming from within, but also you'll see it reflected on the outside, like how people are taking notice of you, how people are complimenting you. I think you'll be more in the spotlight a year from now. A lot of you may be doing something creative, like I'm looking at this Queen of Wands who she's playing her harp. So it could be your creativity that is getting noticed. If any of you guys who chose this pile are doing a creative project or are thinking of starting one, this is looking really, really good. You may not have the giant platform that you're dreaming of just yet, but you'll definitely be turning heads, and people are going to be appreciating your talent, and you are going to be appreciating your talent so much more. And as you start to put yourself out there more and more, okay, you got a positive reaction, let's put a little bit out more, give them a little more, So you're really, really going to be building up your confidence. It looks great. And this can apply to any field of work. I know I'm explaining it in more of a creative artist kind of way, but yeah, this can apply to any career. And I see you getting really, really immersed in doing what you love and learning a lot about it, learning a lot about the field you're in and all the different things you can do. And so with this Three of Cups in reverse, in the upright, this card would remind me of like going out and mingling and partying and stuff. And, while I do see you out there being seen by people, I think you're going to be spending a lot of time like closed away, what do you call it? Hidden away in your home, like maybe like, hunched over your computer or hunched over a book or your art supplies or your instrument or whatever it is, and just putting in so many hours to learn and perfect this craft. Like you're gonna be so into it that you don't even care like if you've mastered it yet or not, because just the journey of it and realizing how talented and how capable you are, it's just gonna be so much fun. I see you having a lot of fun. And with the Nine of Wands, I see you recognizing your fighter spirit. This Nine of Wands is kind of a card that has a message of like you're almost there and you've come so far. So maybe you're gonna be like 90% of the way there or like I think from now and this coming year it's gonna be like the hardest, where you feel like you have to put in a lot of work and you're seeing the results grow kind of slowly up to this Nine of Wands. And then from a year from now on, you're just going to give it like one more little push and then boom, like you're going to blow up. So I feel like that moment you're waiting for, that big break of yours, whether that's in a creative endeavor, whether that's in your career, whether that's in, getting the person that you want, it's just going to be like one more little push and then boom, you have it. So yeah, maybe we're looking at like a year and 3 months or a year and a half for you, and that's really going to be your peak. That's going to be when you reach your destination. But in any case, from now until the next year, I see you guys doing a lot of great work on yourself and seeing that, you know, recognition. You guys are going to feel a lot more confident. You're going to feel very, very beautiful and very like attractive and very charming and charismatic. I think you're going to have a lot of eyes on you in person. If you're, I keep feeling that a lot of you are going to have some kind of presence, like an online presence or something, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of eyes on you. Yeah. Okay, I have one last card for you guys, and it says, now is a time of self-discovery. Yeah. So this is like your final message of guidance for you right now so that you can get to this great, you know, passionate, motivated place that you're going to be in a year from now. Right now is the time to do your self-discovery, you know, find out in what ways your ego and your fear-based thinking are holding you back, and heal those, and be patient with yourself, you know, be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up like for not having healed these things sooner, because, you know, there's divine timing for everything, and that includes your own journey of healing, your own spiritual journey. And you're going to be, you're going to feel so accomplished, successful, proud of yourself a year from now. So this looks really, really nice. Just hang in there. That's like my last message for you guys. Just hang in there. Okay? So I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you very, very much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hi, number 2s. So if you chose the Adventuring, this is going to be a reading. So before we start, just in case you skipped the intro and you're wondering, this is a timeless reading. So that means that a year from now is a year from whenever you happen to stumble upon this video, not a year from when I'm filming. Okay, so let's get right into it and let's see where you will be a year from now. So your first card is Hunt and Dominance. Ooh, okay. So I'm looking at the shape of this constellation on the Hunt card. It's like a straight line, and it reminds me of you like making a beeline towards something. And especially with the word hunt, it's like you're chasing something, you got your eyes on it, and you're gonna go for it. Now this could be just a sort of mindset that you adapt in general, like towards everything you do. But I think for a lot of you, it's going to be towards something specific, and you may already know what it is, and you may already be after it. And a year from now, I see you really like going for it, really seizing the opportunity, or perhaps you really wanted this thing or this person, if it's a person, but there just hasn't been a chance to go for it. So in a year from now, you're going to have that chance, and because you already know that you want it so bad, it's going to be like a no-brainer, because this looks like there's no thinking involved. Like you already know, you already have your target set, and you just need the chance to go for it. So if that's the case for you guys, I see you guys getting that chance a year from now. And the colors of this card and even of the Adventuring, it's reminding me of like a green light, you know, like it's go time, go for it. So that's really awesome. And then we have Dominance. So this is a very empowering card, you know, and I kind of feel this card as you know, feeling in control of your life, feeling in charge of your fate, and just, you know, feeling really empowered that you can make this move and you can manifest what you want. So it's just going to feel really, really good. I have this feeling of like 6 of Wands energy, you know, like feeling victorious, feeling successful, just feeling so good about yourself. So let's look at some of the other cards. So we have a dark card and a light card here. This dark card is going to be the dark energy that you will have left behind in a year from now, and this light card is going to be the new energy that you will have let in. So for the dark card, there is condition. I see my limits like as lessons. And for the light card, matter. I bloom in the physical world. I see my limits as lessons. This card is reminding me of, so something I hear a lot when I do personal readings. You guys send me backstories, and you know, it's often regarding something that you really want to happen, something that you really want to manifest. And throughout the journey, there's been roadblocks, you know, like there's been failures or there's been rejection, things have fallen through. And a conclusion that a lot of you come to is like, you know, I want to believe that this was meant for me, but surely if it was meant for me, there wouldn't be so many blocks, right? Or it wouldn't be this hard if it was meant to be. But I think you're going to be learning that that's not the case, you know? A lot of the time it's just about divine timing. It's about the conditions around you. Like, it's just not time yet. Like, if you imagine you're a flower that's blooming, and you're feeling really down on yourself because you haven't blossomed, and you start to think like, oh, and this card even talks about like blooming and blossoming. You may start to think as a flower, maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm not meant to blossom in this lifetime. But it's just about your conditions. Like, maybe you were a seed that got planted in the winter and you just have to wait for the sun to come out. And if you keep trying to force yourself to bloom before it's time, of course you're going to feel frustrated, but it's just that the conditions aren't right. It's not your fault. It's a matter of divine timing. So I think a lot of you are going to be realizing that this thing, this goal, this relationship, it was meant for you all along, and it just wasn't time yet. And a year from now, it's going to be the perfect time. I think you're going to see the blockages being removed, and you're going to see a clear way there. Maybe a lot of you, you've known what you wanted for a long time. You just haven't known how to do it. And so you've been trying all these different ways to get there and nothing's been working. But in a year from now, you're going to see so clearly. It almost feels like a kind of epiphany moment. Like, that's the way. This is how I have to do it. Like, this is foolproof, and you're just going to go for it, and everything is going to work out, and it's going to be, I'm so excited for you guys. And this Matter card, you know, this makes me think about manifesting. This has been something existing in the spirit realm for so long, just as a thought, just as a dream. And it's time for this thing to finally become physical. It's time for this flower to finally bloom. So this is really, really great. Some of you guys are going to be manifesting a lot of success with this Dominance card, of maybe some more independence in your life, freeing yourself from some limiting situations. It's going to be different for everyone, of course, because it is a general reading. But if you think about that thing that you want more than anything, I'm hearing, this thing that you want more than anything, in a year from now, the things that are holding you back, the things that are blockages now, they're going to be gone. They're just going to be blown away. And you're going to have, like, the road is going to be clear. And all you have to do is run for it, go for it, and you're going to know exactly what to do. Okay, so let's look at some tarot cards next. We have Seven of Pentacles, Page of Wands, the Hermit in reverse, and the High Priestess. Okay, so we have Virgo energy showing up twice here, some Earth energy, and some fire. So the Seven of Pentacles makes a lot of sense, and I actually really like it with this card that's talking about blooming, because this card is like, you've planted the seeds, you've waited, you've put in the time, you've put in the effort, and your plant is finally bearing fruit. So you're finally going to get to, taste the fruits of your labor, you know? You're finally realizing this dream, and you're really going to feel like it was so worth it in the end. I know right now things may be difficult, things are uncertain, and maybe sometimes you feel hopeless, but I promise, like, once you get to the end and you get to hold that dream in your hands, like, it's like you're gonna forget all the pain that you went through. You're gonna be like, that was so worth it. Like, I could have waited even a bit longer, I think, by the time you get it. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, like where you're waiting for something for a really long time, and before you have it, you're like, oh my god, this is taking forever. And then when you do get it, you're like, what, already? So soon? Maybe that's just me. But we have the Page of Wands. What the heck are crows doing awake? It's like 3 a.m. Sorry. we have There's a crow. There's always some crow cawing outside my window. We have the Page of Wands. This is a card about good news. And this is actually a card about like anything is possible. Go for it. Like the road is clear for you now. So very similar kind of energy to this green light card. I do think for some of you this is representing somebody coming into your life. A new interest or a new development with a person of interest that you already have. This person looks very bright, very optimistic. I think you admire them for their, spontaneity, for their love of life, their positivity. They're coming off as like this ray of sunshine and beautiful in like an effortless way, It's like the beauty radiates from within them. They don't have to try. It just naturally comes out of them. Yeah, and they're either younger than you or they just have that youthful, like childlike wonder about them. And it makes sense because I see you as well a year from now embodying that, optimistic, anything is possible, seize the day, reach for the stars kind of mentality. So it makes a lot of sense that you would be attracting somebody like this into your life. And then we have the Hermit in reverse. So generally in the upright, this would talk more about, keeping to yourself. It's a time for introspection. What a lot of us, I guess, are going through at the moment. So with this Hermit in reverse, within the context of this reading, it does look like you'll be a lot more outgoing. You'll be going out more, and I see you like, I don't know if you've ever experienced like you're out somewhere or even online and you just see someone and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so cool. I wish that we could be friends, but they would probably, think I'm lame because they're so amazing and wonderful and I don't know if I can approach them. In a year from now, you're going to have so much confidence that you will be able to like, if you see someone that's cool or if you see someone that has similar interests as you, you're going to be able to just walk up and start a conversation. Like you're going to have a more like extroverted sort of energy to you. You're going to be out there a lot more mingling. I think you'll have a couple new friends a year from now who become really close, who may actually become like your best friends over time. But there's new people in your life for sure, at least one with this Page of Wands. And people who are, in alignment with this energy, who are empowered, who are going after their passions. So you guys are going to uplift each other a lot. You're going to inspire each other a lot. Whether this is a romantic thing or a friendship thing, you'll have the same passion, you'll have the same interests. And yeah, it's going to be very inspiring, very motivating. And then finally we have this High Priestess card. So this card is all about, connecting to your intuition, connecting to your psychic abilities. I think that after all of this, after everything that you've been through, you're going to trust your intuition a lot more. Because whatever this is, this goal, this soul partnership that you've really, really wanted for a long time, when you first became aware of it, right, you're like filled with hope. You're like, oh my gosh, this is my destiny. This is amazing. And then as the time goes by, you start to lose hope more and more. You start to question yourself more and more. You start to get in your head more and more. But look, a year from now, everything has come through for you. So you're going to look back and be like, I knew it. I knew it all along. I was right. My intuition was right. So it's like you're developing this really beautiful relationship with your intuition. And you'll have this feeling of like, okay, I see now. When you tell me something the first time, you mean it, and I'm not going to question anything anymore. I'm going to believe my intuition, and I'm not going to I'm not going to doubt. I'm not going to get in my head about timing. I'm not even going to get in my head about failures or blockages, because I've been through them and I know that they're just part of it. I know that it just means it's not time yet. It doesn't mean it's not coming. I just have to be more patient, and I just have to have more faith. So you're going to be really tapped into your intuition after all of this. And another thing I feel with this a year from now is that you may start to experience psychic abilities that you have not experienced yet. Whether you already do experience them or not, I kind of see you opening a new avenue in that way. So perhaps now you are aware that you have abilities of an empath, but a year from now, maybe you're an empath and you're clairvoyant. Some new door is going to open for you as a result of you opening up your intuition more. So this one looks super, super positive. This looks wonderful. A year from now, that's the main takeaway of this. You are going to have the thing that you want more than anything. I do have one last card. This card is going to be guidance for you right now, to help you on the way to all of this. So this card says, now is the time to go for it with all your might. You guys are way more powerful than you give yourself credit for. That's something I say very often with the High Priestess card too. Like when somebody is more psychically tapped in than they give themselves credit for. You have the Dominance card coming out. You guys have daddy vibes. Like, you're so powerful. You can do anything. And look at this guy. Do you see how many limbs this guy has? Do you think anybody can tell this guy that he can't do something? Because I don't think so. You guys just have to go for it. Just go for it. And you'll know when the time is right. Because there's going to be a moment of clarity where finally you know the way, and it's like there's no room for doubt. You're like, this is it. This is the way. I'm going to get my dreams now. I'm going to get it now. Ooh, I have chills. This is too much power. I can't handle this power. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you very, very much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hi, number 3s. So if you chose this orange calcite, this is going to be your reading. So just in case you skipped the intro and you were wondering, this is a timeless reading. So that means a year from now is a year from whenever you happen to find this video, not a year from when I'm filming it. Okay, so let's get right into it and see where you will be a year from now. So for your first cards, we have Elude in reverse and Enlighten. Okay, so this Enlighten card, it definitely makes me think that you will have gone through a spiritual awakening a year from now. Maybe it's something that you're, just starting to go through at the moment that you're watching. And before we get to the awakening part of it, we go through this period called the dark night of the soul. And it's kind of like this, I guess, spiritual crisis, or like this existential crisis where a lot of repressed pain comes up, a lot of uncertainty about the path we're on comes up. And as we work through that and clear everything away, that's when we start to awaken and embody our true self, embody the highest version of ourselves. So with this Elude in reverse, I can see that maybe you've been feeling this sort of like spiritual awakening coming on for a while, but because, that dark night of the soul part of it is so scary, or it can be so painful, maybe you guys have been kind of like avoiding the signs or avoiding that call from your higher self. But a year from now, I think you will have faced those demons, you will have gone through the dark night, you will have come out on the other side. Maybe watching this, you are in your dark night right now, so please take this as a reassuring message that a year from now, you will be out on the other side of it. You will have experienced your awakening. You're going to feel so much lighter, so much happier, so much more grateful for everything that you have And definitely will also have heightened spiritual and psychic abilities. So that is very, very exciting. Some of you guys may decide to share those. Maybe you'll start your own channel, or you'll start a sort of healing practice, or at the very least just share your experience with people around you and let them know that it gets better and help them along their journey and their struggles. So for the next cards, we have a dark card and a light card. So this dark card is going to be the dark energy that you will have left behind a year from now, and the light card is going to be the new light energy that you will have let in. So for your dark card, we have imperfection. I understand that imperfection creates uniqueness. And for your light card, we have omnipotence. I am already capable of accomplishing everything. Wow, so you guys are really claiming your power with this awakening. Yeah, I think you're going to be, a lot of the stuff that you're going to be working through, I think, of course, like painful experiences from your past, but I think that a lot of it is going to be, and this is kind of similar to the first reading, a lot of it will be like your perceived flaws or your imperfections and coming to peace with those. You may be, I am seeing you as a highly psychic person, like you have a lot of spiritual abilities with this enlightened card, and I was kind of feeling that you'll be sharing this gift. So you feel like you're different, you know, you're unique, you're special, and maybe some of you have been sort of suppressing that to fit in, or you started to see those parts of you that are beautiful and unique as ugly because you couldn't see them in other people, and so you thought that it was weird. But I see you guys really embracing your uniqueness and seeing that that's what makes you so special, that's what makes you so beautiful. You're going to be shining like this beautiful sunny color of the orange calcite and inspiring others to shine too, just by fully embracing who you are. And that's going to make you so powerful because, you know, once you get out of your own way, once you stop, you know, trying to force yourself into a box or limit yourself just to make other people comfortable, you're capable of doing anything. You can do anything. There is nothing you can't do. This has a kind of feeling of like the world is your oyster. So so far I can see, you know, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you're going to be in such a better place than you may be right now. Like I said, I feel like some of you guys are in that dark night stage, and please rest assured, a year from now you will be, through your awakening, you'll be living a much different, much happier life and feel much more grateful in your everyday life. Okay, so next I'm going to look at some tarot cards. So let's see what we have. We have Death, Ace of Wands, the Empress, wow, and the Ten of Cups. This is so happy, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's talk about the Death card first. This Death card could be something that you're already going through now, rather than where you're going to be a year from now. I think this is sort of the energy that you're going to be, you know, leading up to in this coming year. Oh my gosh, I didn't say that properly. Leading up to the 1 year from now mark. That makes more sense. As you awaken and you become your highest version, you align with the you that you came here to be, the truest you. It's inevitable that we start to look around at our current life, our current circumstances, our current relationships, and notice some things that don't really fit anymore. They're not an accurate reflection of who we are or how we feel on the inside anymore. Or they don't serve us anymore, they don't help us grow anymore, and also don't serve or help the people involved anymore. Kind of like you've outgrown your environment. So this could be like you don't feel comfortable in a certain relationship anymore. You don't feel comfortable with certain friends anymore. You don't feel comfortable in the location that you live in. You don't feel comfortable in your job or with your habits, what you spend your time doing. And some things are just going to have to go, you know. You're going to have to clear some things away. And you know, this often happens when we're in the process of reaching the awakening. Things start to fall away, and it can be a little bit scary because you don't know what's coming next, but it's always something better. It's always something that feels much more better and much more in alignment. So this is that kind of death that leads to a rebirth. And I always like to talk about the Phoenix with the Death card because it is Scorpio energy. And in this deck, it just so happens to have a Phoenix on it. So I love that. I love that for you. And this Death card looks a lot more, you know, happy and bright and beautiful than some other decks. So I really appreciate that too, because you can totally see like how wonderful this rebirth is going to be. And it's always scary to let go of things because we don't know what's coming next, but just trust it's going to be so beautiful, so much better, so much more suited to you. And I really like also that in this spread, the Death card is followed by the Ace of Wands, because, you know, sometimes people see the Death card and they get kind of like uncomfortable or like, oh shit, it's death, you know? Especially like people who don't have that much knowledge of tarot. Like if I tell them I do tarot, they're like, I don't like tarot, what if I get the Death card? And then we have to explain like, no, it's not a bad thing. Probably you guys watching know it's not a bad thing, but it has a very ominous name, let's just say that. So I like that, you know, to make it extra clear that this is a good thing, that this is a new beginning, we have the Ace of Wands coming out next to it. This is a new beginning, and this is new inspiration, new motivation, new passion. I'm sensing this even like in a physical way, you know, like if you guys are feeling kind of sluggish right now, kind of low energy, like fatigued, or even like going through a little bit of depression, you're gonna be, this is like a full recovery, high energy, like you're gonna feel so light on your feet, you're gonna be so motivated to do things. You know, just in the course of a day, I feel like you're gonna have so much energy that you'll be able to get a lot more done in a day than you currently can, because it's like you just don't get tired. Like you shed your old skin, and now, yeah, nothing can stop you. You're omnipotent. You're very powerful. Okay, now let's talk about these cards, because this is super beautiful energy as well. This is giving me very, very strong vibes of a relationship. Look at this cute couple. Oh my gosh. So if you guys were watching this reading and hoping that you would see a relationship for you a year from now, this is it. And this is not just any relationship. This is a very loving, unconditionally accepting relationship, because that's what the Empress is. The Empress is unconditional love. She is devoted, she's dedicated, she is committed. This is absolutely a long-term relationship. So a year from now, you know, no more situationships, no more mixed signals, no more guessing games. We are leaving that behind. That's going away with this Death card. You are attracting a partner who is serious about you, who sees every part of you, all of the perfections, all of the imperfections, and they love everything. Just as you love everything about yourself, you're going to find someone who feels the same way, and you're going to love all of them as well. This is a relationship where, like, you both make each other stronger, and you support each other's goals and dreams, and you can create a really, really happy life together. And if it's something that you want, something that you are thinking about in the next year, you could even create like a home and a family with this person in the future. Of course, that's not going to be a case for everybody because it's a general reading and there's many different age groups watching, but I can say for sure that it's going to be a serious, very loving relationship, and that will last for a long time. Okay, so I just have one last card now, and this is going to be some guidance for you now at the time that you're watching this, to help you along the way to all of this beauty coming towards you in a year. So we have, oh, this card is always hard to translate. It's like the barriers that you feel are difficult, you put them there yourself. it's kind of like, if I translate it loosely, it's like the only thing standing in your way is you, you know? And I think that that kind of goes well nicely with this like elude energy, because maybe you're feeling like there's barriers in your way, or something is blocking you from this awakening, from this enlightenment, from this happy future. But the truth is that the only thing getting in your way is like your fear of your own shadow, you know, your fear of the darkness that you may encounter, and your fear of the unknown. So that feeling that it's difficult, or that it's not going to work out, you are putting that there, because the truth is that you're omnipotent, you're capable of anything. There are no limits except the ones that you put there. That's sort of your overall guidance to get to this new beginning, to get to this new relationship, to get to this spiritual enlightenment. So something to remember on your journey. Don't be afraid. Anything that you lose along the way is going to be replaced with something even better for you, even better for your growth, even better for your blossoming, and even better for your happiness. So this is looking really amazing, especially for spiritual advancement and for love and romance. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye! Hi number 4s, so if you chose the sodalite, this is going to be your reading. So just in case you skipped the intro and you were wondering, this is a timeless reading. So a year from now means a year from whenever you find this video, not a year from when I'm filming it. So let's get right into it and see where you will be in 1 year. So we have analyze and observe. Okay, so very similar cards. Right away from these two cards, I think you guys are actually being called to, you know, question yourself of where you hope to be in a year's time, or where do you see yourself in a year's time. Because for some of you guys who chose this pile, either you're not sure, like you haven't found your goal yet, or you haven't found your direction yet, or you know what you want, but maybe you need to take a look at your current life, your current habits, what you do every day, and see if it's truly in alignment with the you that you want to be in a year, the you that you see yourself being in a year. Is it in alignment? Some things need to be put, you know, back under a microscope, like it says on this card, and observed. So this could even be, because I'm getting very analytical feeling from this, of course, with analyze. You may even want to, you know, write down everything that you want to accomplish, or make a list of goals that you want to have accomplished in 1 year's time, and that's really going to help you out. And I'm hearing like it's going to make things seem like less of a daunting feat for you, you know? When it's all in our head and jumbled around, we think like, oh my God, there's so much I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. And then when we write everything down, you know, we can set realistic goals, and then suddenly it doesn't seem so bad. So some of you guys, you need to do a little bit of organizing of your goals. And if you don't know what those are yet, do a little bit of soul searching to find out where it is you want to be in a year's time. It's going to help a lot. Okay, so let's look at some more cards. We have a dark card and a light card. So this dark card is going to tell us the dark energy that is leaving you behind in a year from now, and the light energy is going to tell us what new light energy is entering your life a year from now. So for the dark energy, we have separation. And for the light energy, we have omniscience. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And this says, I already have the answers to all my questions. What's interesting about these two cards is that this is the last the last card of the deck and the first card of the deck. So it's like this ending of a cycle and then a new beginning. Also, the imagery on this is interesting, and it kind of reminds me of what I was just saying, of maybe you have all these ideas you know, mixing around in your head and a little bit confused about what you want. But in a year from now, you will have this like single, very laser focused vision. Like you'll be so sure about it, so focused on it, and that's really going to help you manifest it. Another thing, I know like this card doesn't say union on it, but it does have the number 1, and we have like, you know, this card about separation, and then this card about oneness with the number 1 on it. For some of you, this is going to be foretelling a union. I think this message is only for some of you. If you like clicked on this video to find out if you were going to have your union in a year from now, then that message was for you. Not for everybody. I was reaching a little bit, but that message just like jumped out at me. But the general, more broader message for everybody is that any uncertainty you're feeling right now about what you want to do or how you're going to get there, in a year from now, you're going to have a very clear and concise vision, and you're going to have a practical plan of how to get there. So I don't think that you will have like necessarily reached the goal in a year from now, but you'll definitely know how to get there. So it's going to feel like a huge relief, because all you have to do is just follow the steps, and it's like guaranteed that you will get to where you want to go. So let's look at some tarot cards now. We have the Queen of Swords. We have Strength. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. And we have the Chariot. Ooh, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, so with this Queen of Swords, you guys are definitely going to be a lot more confident in your decisions and a lot more confident in the direction that you're heading. Some of you guys are heading to quite a successful and high position, being the queen, you know, somebody who has a lot of executive power, you know, because the swords is about making decisions and being smart and strategic. So some of you guys are entering into a higher position a year from now. But in general, I think that in a year's time, you're just going to be, like I said, more confident and sure of yourself, but also have more autonomy. Is that the right way to say it? Like, you're going to have more of a say of how your life goes, calling the shots more. You're going to have more independence. The Five of Swords, it's a similar meaning because it is about inner conflict. So in the reverse, I am reading it as being more sure of yourself. But I'm also getting a feeling some of you are going to have a reconciliation with somebody from your past. A year from now, somebody who maybe you cut out of your life, or they cut you out of their life, and it doesn't necessarily have to be an ex. I know some people, like in pick-a-cards, when they hear that an ex is returning, they're like, oh god, please no. But it could be an ex, but it could also be a friend for some of you. I feel like it is somebody that you're going to be happy that they came back. Like maybe after the relationship ended, like you cut ties or they cut ties, it's felt a little bit sad, or like you wish that you would have done some things differently. And I actually think that this is going to be a happy reconciliation. Like maybe there's some unfinished business, some things that you wish you could have said to them, or they wish they could have said to you. And I really feel like a clearing of the air, you know, like you guys are going to come back and really say your piece. Maybe both of you are going to apologize for some things, and, you know, I wish this could have gone differently, but I've learned from my mistakes, and really just start fresh. Because this is a card of, it is inner conflict, but also conflict with others and arguments and things like that. And maybe the reason you separated with this person was like kind of, not petty, but like something that got blown out of proportion way more than it needed to. Like maybe it just started like a simple argument, and then things got way out of hand, and somebody, you know, said things that they didn't mean. And I feel like there's a lot of regret with that and the way things ended. So you're going to get a second chance at that. You're going to get a second chance to make things right with this person. Whether or not you like pursue a relationship or a friendship with them after that, of course, it's up to you, but you're going to get the chance to at least clean the slate and just clear your conscience, you know? you know, maybe just because you were going through a lot of like uncertain times in your life, you were confused, and you know, you're gonna move on to this new chapter of your life with no regrets and like knowing entirely what you want out of life and where you're going, and most importantly, really knowing who you are. And it's gonna reflect in your relationships, it's gonna reflect in your career choices. You guys, what I'm really feeling more than anything is a sense of direction and just knowing where you're going. And I think for you guys, it's gonna feel so good, because I'm getting a feeling with this pile that maybe you felt lost for a while, or you felt like you kind of lost your passion. And I think, you know, with this strength card, with this Leo energy coming through, you're finding your confidence again, you're finding your passion again, you're finding like what lights your heart on fire, you know. And I think that's been a tough journey for you, like with this strength. This can be about, you know, emotionally testing times or going through hardships, you know. But finally, you know, you're gonna have the strength and the energy to pursue what you want, and just feel maybe for the first time in a long time, or for the first time ever, that you're like totally in alignment, and that, you know, you can predict how this is gonna go. If you've been in a situation where, you know, you've been trying to pursue your dreams, but life keeps throwing you curveballs and you just haven't been able to catch a break, please know that in a year from now, like, it's going to be smooth sailing. Like, you have nothing to worry about. And the Chariot, you know, it's a sign of this too. This is quite fast progress, because like, it's time to go. It's time for you to have your new beginning, you know. It's time for you to come into union, so to speak, with what you really want and with your true self. It's time for you to let your light shine and, you know, go forward with no regrets, with a clear conscience, and with total certainty of where you're going. And this card, to me, like, it has that feeling of like the time is now. Like, now is your chance. Like, imagine, you know, you're standing on the side of the road and this chariot comes along and they're like, are you getting in or not? So you guys, an opportunity is coming your way a year from now, and it may be a very rare opportunity, one that you've been waiting for a long time, and that, you know, may not come around for a while, you know, like, so you really have to have the confidence to go for it. This is kind of a meaning that I attribute to the card from my own readings that I've done. It's not necessarily like the traditional meaning of it, or maybe it is, but sometimes the universe brings us opportunities, but we have so low confidence or so low expectations of what we're capable of that we don't even recognize that opportunity as being for us, and then we don't take it. Like, we don't recognize it and we miss it, and it passes us by. It's like, I don't know if you've ever been at like a bus stop or a train station and you're like zoned out. Maybe you're checking your phone or something and a train goes by and you see it go by, but you're just like on your phone, and then you're like, you look up and you're like, oh shit, that was my train. I've done that many times before, but I'm kind of a space cadet, so but it's that kind of thing. Like, you're so absorbed in, like, you know, in your confusion and your insecurities, and you see this opportunity, but you don't even think, oh, maybe that could be for me, maybe that's going to lead to a bright future, because you don't even like recognize yourself to realize that it's mirroring you. I hope that that makes sense. But basically, this opportunity is coming for you. It's rare, I dare say a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you'll know it's for you because you've done this work. You've become this Queen of Swords. You know your worth, you know what you're capable of, you know exactly what you want, and you know how to get there. We've been talking about this. Like, you're going to have a sense of direction and know exactly how to get there. So when this opportunity comes around for you, you will 100% recognize it as yours, and you will not hesitate to go after it. And it's going to feel so good. Like, I know I already said that, but I cannot stress this enough. It's going to feel so, so good. Some of you guys may already know what this is, like an opportunity you've been waiting for, or it is a surprise for you when you get everything figured out, because I do feel like there's kind of like two different groups within this reading. There's one group who knows what they want, but they just haven't, like, you know, figured it out yet. And then there's another group who's still trying to find what they want. But trust that when it does come around, you will recognize it for what it is. You will recognize it as your future that is just for you, and you will take it. So yeah, this looks really, really great. I see, you know, a union. I see a reconciliation. I see you finding your niche, finding your direction, and just going for it. And yes, and succeeding. Oh my gosh, so I almost forgot. I have one last card here. This is going to be guidance for you right now so that you can get to where you want to be in a year's time. And it says, have the strength to discern what is good and what is bad. To correctly discern what is good and what is bad. Basically, having the strength to know what serves you and what doesn't serve you. So I think that kind of ties in nicely with the analyze and observe, what we were talking about in the beginning of the reading, of sort of assessing the current state of things in your life and see what's working and what's not working. Are you on target to where you want to be in a year? Or even do you need to do some work to figure out what that really is? So take your time. I see you guys, you know, kind of sifting things through for a while, because, you know, you have a whole year. This opportunity isn't coming for another year. So you have a lot of time to figure this out, you know, to regain your confidence. And yeah, everything's going to be okay for you guys. I do feel like, you know, this pile, you've maybe had a bit of a rough time trying to figure out all of this stuff, but everything's coming around for you in a year, okay? So I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you very, very much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye! Hi, number 5s. So if you chose the Black Moonstone, this is going to be your reading. So just in case you skipped the intro and you were wondering, this is a timeless reading. So 1 year from now is 1 year from whenever you happen to find this video, and not a year from the time that I'm filming. Okay, so let's get right into it and see where you're going to be in 1 year from now. So for your first cards, we have Ambition, and we have Victory. Wow, so right off the bat, we have really positive cards for you. This is especially going to be great reading for those of you who are looking to reach a goal in your career or in your education. This is going to be a very successful time from you a year from now. And this is going to apply to any stages of life, whatever goal you are working on. But I do think it has to do with either career or education. So if you're a student, this could be, you know, getting really good grades, getting into your dream school. For your career, this could be getting your dream job, or getting a promotion or a raise in your current job. And it's all thanks to your hard work with this Ambition card. Like, you really deserve this victory. You really put in the work to make it happen. And a year from now, you're going to be seeing everything paying off for you, everything coming through for you. And what I'm feeling with this reading is that the goal you're going to reach, it's like very specifically what you're currently thinking of. So, for example, you're in Department X in your job right now and you want to move to Department Y. You are very specifically moving to that department. It's not another one. It's exactly the one that you are thinking of. Or if you're hoping to get a raise of X amount of dollars, that's exactly what you're going to get. I feel like basically for all of you who chose this pile, you're getting exactly what you're hoping for. So that's awesome. You guys are right on target, right on the money. You're being rewarded for all your hard work. So give yourselves a pat on the back. You're doing an amazing job. Okay, so moving on to the next cards, we have a dark card and a light card here. So the dark card is going to be the dark energy that you're leaving behind, or you will have left behind a year from now. And the light card is going to be the light energy that you will have let into your life. So for the dark energy, we have Captivity, And for the light card, we have eternity. Okay, so let's look at your captivity card first. So we've already seen from the beginning of this reading that you guys are very ambitious, hardworking, and driven. I also feel that you guys are extremely intelligent, extremely capable, and very curious. Like you really have a thirst for knowledge and a thirst to grow. And so I feel like for you guys, number 5, in your current situation, in your current job or your current school, your current environment, you kind of feel trapped like this because it's not an environment that allows you to grow or to thrive as much as you know that you are capable of. Almost like you've outgrown it, you know, you're too smart for it, or it's become a little bit boring or a little bit unfulfilling. But this is the dark energy that you are leaving behind, so we don't have to worry about this too much. In a year from now, you will be in a much better place. On this card, it talks about an ending and a beginning. So you will be leaving your old environment, your old situation behind to enter something new, more challenging, more rewarding, more enriching to your life and to your skills and talents. You know, with the meaning of eternity on this card, I feel like for you guys, because you have this ambition, like you're always looking for the next pursuit. You know, when you reach one goal, you're looking for the next one. And it's like learning and growing and reaching goals is like a never-ending journey for you. Like you have this thirst and you never want to stop developing yourself and getting better and better. And that's a really beautiful thing, but it's also, you know, easy for you to feel stuck because I feel like, you know, you outgrow your environments quite quickly and always looking for the next challenge. So in a year from now, you will be in a new environment and you will be thriving. You'll be exactly where you want to be and getting exactly what you want out of the new experience. So let's look at some tarot cards now. I have 4 tarot cards here, and we have the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Hierophant, and the 7 of Swords. Okay, so I'll start with the Queen of Pentacles. I think that the Queen of Pentacles is representing you, and I can see from this card that people love you. To me, this has the same kind of energy we were describing you as before, you know, very hardworking, very driven, but she's also extremely kind and caring. She's reliable, she's responsible. So I feel you guys in your work or school environment, not only are you successful, but you help others to become successful too. Like you really care about the people around you. You know, they can come to you for advice. They can count on you when they need help. Like you're a very giving and generous person, and you really put like all of yourself, all of your heart and soul into what you do. And so because of that, you have a very good reputation. Like you're very well liked in your workplace. And so because of that, I see this King of Cups in readings like this that talk about, you know, career and reaching our goals and things like that. I read the King of Cups as a sort of helper. Somebody who, you know, comes in and does a favor to help you along your path to success, but not because they're going to get anything out of it, just because they like you so much as a person and they want to see you succeed. And so out of the goodness of their heart, they're helping you. So this could be in the form of, you know, providing you with the resources that you need to succeed, giving you a little like inside knowledge on a job that you're trying to get, helping you write your resume, giving you advice of how to present yourself, or even, you know, hooking you up with connections. Like you're talking to this person and, oh, you want this job? I know somebody in this job. I can introduce you. You know, basically hooking you up, doing you a solid just because they really like you. That's the kind of energy that I get with this King of Cups. And also with the Hierophant, because this can talk about mentors. It can talk about education. So this is also giving me the energy of, somebody coming in to help you. Some of you guys may even be going through some sort of, if not education, some sort of training or like lessons to help you get to where you want to go. I feel like you're going to be learning a lot and you're going to have a lot of support. So you're going to be totally ready for this new beginning, totally ready for this new opportunity. And I think you're going to go into it with a lot of confidence. And I think you're going to be doing something really great, something where you're in a high position and making a lot of money. The reason I say that is because we have the Seven of Swords, and this sort of energy, it makes me think of, you're doing well, you're living your best life, and then these people come out of the woodwork, maybe trying to be your friend, or they say like they want to help you, but they don't really have the most genuine intentions. Usually they just like want something from you. So very much unlike this guy, this King of Cups, who just genuinely wants to help you because he likes you, he wants to see you succeed, he doesn't want anything in return. While you can look forward to this connection, be careful about people who come in and say, even, somebody who might offer you a job and they make it sound like it's everything you ever dreamed of, and like the pay is super good and they seem really nice, but then maybe, you do a little bit more research on the company and they have, really bad reviews from people who have worked there. Like, just be careful not to get tricked. And this could also be people, like old friends who they see you doing really well, and then all of a sudden they're coming back because maybe they just want something from you. So I do think in this new chapter of your life with your newfound success, and just you're going to be radiating confidence, living your best life, there are going to be people who have good intentions who want to help you, and there are going to be people who have less than good intentions. So it's going to be important for you guys in the next year to use your intuition, listen to your gut, and know like who is really trying to help you and who isn't. But I think you guys, it does look like you guys are really going to be in your power, with this Hierophant card as well. This gives me a feeling of being in alignment with your higher self and also knowing what is right. The Hierophant, he's very smart. He knows what is right and what is wrong. And so if some offer feels fishy to you, or it seems too good to be true, or someone reaches out to you and it's just not adding up, it's just something to be careful about. This is just a little warning message for you, because you're gonna do such great things and we wouldn't want anything to get in the way of that. So yeah, just a little heads up for you. Okay, so I have one more card for you guys, and it's going to be just some guidance for you right now to help you get all of this beautiful stuff waiting for you in the coming year. Ooh, so we have enjoy different roles, or enjoy many different roles. So you guys might be doing more than one project. Now that I think about it, it makes a lot of sense, because I feel like you guys have a really, like I was saying, really intelligent, really clever, really sharp mind. And you guys are coming through as like, you need a lot of mental stimulation because you have a very active mind, and you might be the type of person who likes to do more than one thing at once. I'm thinking of Geminis, how they're just like, they have just so much computing capacity. It's insane. There's like two people coming up here. There's the number 22, or maybe like Virgo, something with Mercury. You guys have a really fast mind that is capable of a lot. And I feel like you guys are the type that might get bored doing the same thing all the time. This is also a characteristic of a life path 5, in case that's relevant to any of you. Like, you need variety, So maybe, with you guys kind of feeling in captivity in your current situation, maybe it's because, you can't feel entirely fulfilled doing just one thing, because you have so many interests and so many skills that you know, maybe you want to have like your main hustle and a side hustle, or maybe, you know, you want to have like your job that pays the bills, and then you want to have a passion project. But I do feel like you guys are capable and are naturally gifted at more than one thing. So that may be something that you want to think about. And for some of you, if you know, if you're entering this new chapter in your life and you're like, should I take path A or should I take path B? If there's any way that you can do both of those things, go for it, because this card is saying that you're totally capable of doing both, and probably more, honestly, because I just feeling like, yeah, you guys are so freaking smart. I'm like repeating myself, but you can definitely multitask and do both things. And I just think you're going to be shining in a year from now. You're going to be so cool. You're going to be on top of your game. So, you know, just watch out for the snakes and, you know, accept the genuine, good intentioned help that is coming to you. You guys are going to learn a lot in the next year. You're going to have just so much knowledge and experience. I love it. This was a great pile. So I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!